in the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. A moment of silence, please. Thank you. Ms. Sawyer, would you give us our roll call, please?
Dr. Janave Robinson,
Present.
Ms. Sharon Warden. I see her.
Present.
Mr. George Archuleta. Thank you, Ms. Warden.
Here.
Ms. Virginia Houston.
Present.
Thank you. Mr. Walter Jolly.
Present.
Ms. Pam Pereza. And Dr. Sheila Williams.
Present.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. Ms. Warden, would you read our ethics statement, please?
It is my duty to remind members that it is your responsibility to avoid all conflicts of interest and potential conflicts of interest in accordance with Chapter 138A of North Carolina General Statutes. As public servants, it is your duty to continually monitor, evaluate, and manage your personal and professional affairs in such a way as to conflicts. Does of any conflict of interest or potential conflict of interest with respect to any matter coming before the board this afternoon? There seems to be no conflict at this time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vice Chair Warden. We appreciate that. I'll entertain a motion to approve our agenda for today in the action item.
Mr. Chair, Virginia Houston, I move that we approve the agenda for today and the action item.
Sharon.
Second. Motion's made by Virginia Houston, second by Vice Chair Warden. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye according to roll call.
Ms. Sharon Warden.
Yes.
Mr. George Archuleta.
Aye.
Ms. Virginia Houston.
Aye.
Mr. Walter Jolly.
Aye.
Ms. Pam Pereza. Dr. Sheila Williams.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. The motion carries. The item on our agenda today comes from our Personalized Education Committee, Chairperson, Mr. Jolly. Mr. Jolly, we turn it over to you.
We're doing our class size waiver approval today, and we have Mrs. Dr. Amy Spencer will be taking us through it. So, Amy, go for it.
Good afternoon, Board Chair Dr. Robinson, Vice Chair Warden, Superintendent Edmonds, Committee Chair Mr. Jolly, and board members. I come before you this afternoon to seek board approval for a class size waiver for 2 second-grade classes at J.C. Sawyer Elementary School. Pursuant to General Statute 115C-301 and amended by Session Law 217-9, House Bill 13, the individual class maximum for second grade in the 2020-21 school year is 21. J.C. Sawyer exceeds the maximum number of 21 students in 2 classes, with one class having 23 students and one class having 24. COVID-19 has created some complexities with hiring, which has led to 2 second-grade classes at J.C. Sawyer Elementary exceeding the maximum number of 21 students. Additionally, all students have been working remotely until October 19th of 2020, when face-to-face instruction resumed. We believe that COVID-19 meets one of the permissible reasons to request a waiver, which states emergencies or acts of God that impact the availability of classroom space or facilities. The principal is in the process of reorganizing second grade classes to have an additional class to reduce each class to the maximum number. However, this reorganization has not been finalized. As of today, a long-term substitute who is a retired certified teacher has been identified to head an additional class as part of the reorganization efforts. The district elected to not split the existing classes until the reorganization of second grade was complete and the identified teacher was hired. The class size report must be submitted to the state by today, November 30th. Since the class size overage at J.C. Sawyer has not been rectified by today, we are seeking the board's approval to submit a class size waiver for J.C. Sawyer. That completes my request.
Board members, you have any questions? Is this the only school that has this situation?
Yes, sir.
I understand this is just a temporary thing,
Yes, ma'am, it is.
and I understand this is just a temporary the reorganization. Okay.
Yes. Mhm.
And this could not happen in any other school?
You mean the overage?
Yes.
It could potentially happen in any school. We believe that this position has been posted for some time. And we believe because of COVID-19, it has created some complexities in that hiring. So yes, it could potentially happen in the future, but we are fully staffed in those schools, and we do have the students that have been assigned to those teachers. We selected not to reorganize prior to the teacher being hired so that there would be some continuity for the students.
So I think you've already answered, but what you're saying is after teacher is
One more
hired,
question. Is this waiver just for J.C. Sawyer's situation? Or
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Dr. Williams, please go ahead.
and you may have, because my internet is going in and out. Basically, after you hire another teacher, you're going to go back and you're going to take a look at these numbers. And so you'll readjust and these numbers will not be the same, because then my question prior to that would have been, I know you're at 20 and 24. My question is, what would have been the limit of the number of students you beyond the 21? However, that should not be a concern because you're planning to put a teacher in place. And so hopefully the numbers will not exceed the numbers that we have.
Correct. And had the report date not been today, and perhaps a week later, we would not have to have this class size waiver at all. Because the report is due to the state no later than today, we do have to ask for that class waiver because we need to be in compliance with the general statute.
Correct. I think to follow up on Dr. Robinson's question, I think he mentioned, would this be needed in any other school? Because if so, then we need to ask for an open waiver for all, not just J.C. Sawyer, but you've assured that this will be a concern with another school. Okay. All right.
And so a report is run after the 40 days, and all of the schools ran those reports, and we are in compliance with general statute, with the exception of those 2 second grade classes at J.C. Sawyer Elementary School.
Okay, very good. I have no additional questions.
Dr. Robinson, I have one question. Has the teacher already been hired? Or are you going to wait on that?
As of today, we were assured that there is a retired teacher, a certified teacher, that would be taking over for that reorganization. What we didn't want to do was reorganize with a long-term sub that might not be certified and create some additional stress for the students in an already stressful time. Additionally, when we do hire someone, we also like to make sure that the parents are notified and that the students have the appropriate amount of time to be able to make that transition with the least amount of stress to all involved.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure that we were set to go, that we didn't have to wait on a teacher and wait on all this. So,
Yes.
okay, thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Dr. Spencer.
Go ahead.
This is about Charlie. About what size will these classes be? How small will they range, and how large can they range?
State says the maximum number, according to the general statute, is 21. And so by reorganizing, we will fall well below that number.
So 21 would be the range.
Correct. We can have no more than 21 students in a second grade classroom.
So how do we handle the overrun?
That's where we will hire this retired certified teacher to create another class. And then students will be moved into that class so that we meet the expectations of the state and are in compliance with general statute.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions, comments?
I got one more question. Would this be in every school? All elementary classes could be handled the same way and managed the same way as we're talking about?
Yes, so they run a report after 40 days to ensure that we are in compliance with the general statute. All of those reports have been run, and the only school that had an overage was J.C. Sawyer in those 2 second grade classrooms. So it did not happen other than at that school and for that grade level.
Any other questions or comments?
How many grade levels would this move to? Would it go up through 5th grade or kindergarten through what?
No, each grade level has a maximum number of students according to general statute for the classroom. After grade 3, there is no maximum number that is suggested. And so we just need to make sure that we are in compliance with the class size for K3.
Give me that last part once again, please.
We want to make sure that we are in compliance with the class size expectation in grades K through 3, according to General Statute 115C-301.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other comments or questions? Thank you, Dr. Spencer.
Thank you.
Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the class size waiver.
I move that we approve the class size waiver.
Need a-
I
for
second.
elementary school.
It's been approved. Motion been made by Vice Chair Warden, second by Committee Chair Walter Jolly. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye according to roll call. Ms. Sawyer?
Sharon Warden, George Archuleta,
Aye.
Miss Virginia Houston. Thank you, Miss Warden.
Aye.
Mr. Walter Jolly,
Aye.
Miss Pam Pereza, and Dr. Sheila Williams. Dr. Williams?
I think you lost Sheila.
Aye.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. The motion carries. And thank you, Mr. Jolly, for that personalized education report.
You're welcome.
Is there any other business to come before us today? If not, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving, and we just ask that you stay safe and healthy and do the 3 W's. So we appreciate you all for being on today, and thank you for all that you do for the children of our district. If no further action needs to be taken, the meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.